being good in key areas: offense, starting pitching, and defense.
Yeah, they did, and you said it, Anthony. It was a much-needed win. How'd they do it? Well, a 9-run attack with 13 hits last night, led by Max Kepler, 4 for 4. With 3 RBIs, he had a big day. Miguel Sano, he chipped in with 3 hits and a couple of RBIs, and our own Joe Mauer. He also was 2 for 4, a couple of RBIs, and a home run into the bullpen. It's nice to see these guys. And how else did they do it, Anthony? Good starting pitching. Alberto Mejia, 7 innings, 102 pitches. He was solid all night long. Good fastball, good breaking pitch, and a really solid changeup against the Angels lineup. But it doesn't come without catching the ball behind you. Jorge Polanco had a very busy night at shortstop. Couple of double plays. He played solid in the field. You've got to play good defense to make sure that you ensure that your pitcher doesn't have to give extra outs. I think Byron Buxton, he just likes running into the outfield wall just to shake things up a little bit.
That defense helped Mejia to his 3rd consecutive win, a 1.53 ERA in those 3 victories. Plenty of offense from the young stars last night. Miguel Sano and Max Kepler combined for 7 hits and 5 runs batted in. More on the Twins youth movement next.
wonderful way to start the homestand last night. It's continued a pattern where the Twins have done very well against the Angels. They'll try to do well here today in Game 2 of this 3-game series. And we welcome you to Target Field and wish you a very happy Independence Day. Dick Bramer, Jack Morris giving you a preview of what we expect to see happen here this afternoon. Last night, the Twins with a very productive day at the plate, and a couple of young players that the Twins are counting on came through in the clutch.
Yeah, it's good to see the young guys starting to show up here on a daily basis. Miguel Sano is going to the All-Star break because of what he's accomplished in the first half, but in last night's game, it was Max Kepler who had a 4-hit game and really helped propel the Twins offense. It's fun to watch these guys improve daily. A lot of reason to think that maybe if they can stay hot, the Twins can stay in contention in the second half.
Good night last night for Max Kepler, and so the question on this 4th of July is, when will the fireworks start? Will the fireworks occur after sunset tonight, after the game is over with, or will there be some fireworks during the game? Twins are hoping to pick up their 2nd straight win on this homestand in Game 2 with the Angels.
Pastime, and it's no coincidence that some of the game's biggest moments have happened on July 4th.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
As we celebrate this Independence Day, we wait for each crack of the bat, pop of the glove, and roar of the crowd in hopes of witnessing another chapter of baseball lore. We cheer for those playing for the name on the front of their jerseys, while remembering the freedoms we all enjoy, watching the game we love.
And Chris Jimenez all decked out in his patriotic catcher's gear. I don't know why, it might be just me. I prefer to think of this as Independence Day rather than the 4th of July. I think it emphasizes the freedom that we all enjoy. And so whether you call it the 4th of July or Independence Day, we hope you have a happy and safe one. Beautiful day here at the ballpark again. After a gorgeous night last night. Twins had a good ball game last night. And I told you before the game, and maybe it's all wet, but it just seemed like the type of win last night that's part of a winning streak. So we'll see whether the Twins can do that. Mike Scioscia's had his success against the Twins, most notably in the ALCS back in 2002 when the Angels won the World Series. Angel batting order brought to you by Menards. Cameron Maybin, Cole Calhoun, Albert Pujols, Yunel Escobar, Luis Valbuena, and Drelton Simmons, Nick Franklin, Ben Revere, and Juan Grapperol.
And they will be facing the right-hander Kyle Gibson, making his 15th start. And Kyle's coming off a loss his last time in Boston, where he gave up 5 runs in 5 2/3 innings. And if the Twins are going to be legit in the hunt, they're going to have to get this guy going.
Twins out on the field, brought to you by Northland Ford. Eddie Rosario, Byron Buxton, Max Kepler in the outfield. Changes up the middle with Adrianza in for Polanco and Escobar in for Dozier. Sano, Mauer in the corners, and Jimenez behind the plate. Does that make any sense to you, or did it sound really stupid when I told you that? The last night's game seemed like it was the type of game that would be part of a winning streak.
Well, on a normal basis, I'd say, yeah, they played a solid game, all aspects of the game. But Tom Kelly always said, tomorrow you're only as good as your starter on the mound. And Kyle Gibson's had an up-down year, and he needs to get going.
Delivers strike 1 to Maybin, then Calhoun and Pujols. Strike 2. Now, there were signs of improvement in the month of June. As you look at the umpiring crew, Jeff Nelson probably is going to go home and have a big barbecue with his family here in the Twin Cities. 2 strikes to Maybin. To center, but Buxton is drifting back, still going back at the wall, leaps and makes the catch. What is it about holidays? Buxton with another great catch to get this game started, crashing into the wall after making the grab.
Yeah, why wait until the middle of the game? Let's go ahead and have this happen on the first play of the game. Byron Buxton going all the way to the wall, and he tracks it all the way. You know, this guy knows where the wall is. He knows he has a couple steps on the warning track, tracks it all the way into his glove, knows he's going to hit the wall upon having that ball hit his glove, and still hangs on. So
into the same part of the field in Cleveland on Mother's Day, he made a great catch. So 1 down right away, and now Cole Calhoun. Talking about Gibson, and there were signs of improvement in the month of June. He made 6 starts, averaged 5 2/3 innings, and while that's not great, a tolerable earned run average over those 6 starts of 4.24. Certainly better than the 8.06 he had in April or the 7.53 he had in May.
Well, after the first couple months, he was demoted to Rochester, and quite honestly got a chance to come back because of the predicament the rotation was in. Kyle Gibson probably wasn't going to be their first choice, all things being equal, but since given that opportunity, he had a fairly good role, and then a couple hiccups as of late.
2-0 to Cole Calhoun. And now a strike, 2-1.
How nice would it be, though, if he could follow what Alberto Mejia did yesterday and go 7 solid innings and give his team a chance today? That's what they need. It's a hot, muggy day here at Target Field. Here's Alberto.
Out in front of the changeup, 2-2. Twins with the first half of the year 41-40, but they're right where any team would want to be. And the teams that are all in that bundle, 7 of them in the American League, the teams that will get to postseason will be the teams that get better, play better in the second half. And that's a challenge for Gibson and everybody else in a Twins uniform. Let's have a better second half than first. 2-2 to Calhoun. Got him. Came back from 2-0.
Good sequence of pitches right there for Kyle. He kept everything down and mixed in his off-speed pitch and then a good slider there to get the strikeout.
Base is empty for Albert Pujols. Pujols, of course, in Anaheim. It is 600th. Here's a look at that pitch down and in, and Calhoun swinging over the top.
Back foot slider.
Couple of singles for Pujols last night, beating the shift. The Twins shift him nonetheless here this afternoon. 1 strike. I know Bert Blyleven would like to see more pitches like that from Gibson, and you would as well. Got ahead of Pujols and then moved him off the plate with a fastball. Bounce to third. 2 hops to Sano. From Mauer.
Good inning.
Gibson has a really good first inning with a little help from his center fielder. As they did last night. Paul Molitor with a 10-8 mark against Mike Scioscia. Lemonard's batting order for game 2. Kenny Vargas sent down after the game last night, so most of the DHing now will be done by Robbie Grossman, and he slides into the leadoff spot. And Joe Mauer, Miguel Sano, Max Kepler, Eduardo Escobar, Eddie Rosario, Chris Jimenez, A-Ray Adrianza, and Byron Buxton.
On the mound for the Halos today, right-hander J.C. Ramirez. He's won each of his last 5 road starts through 111 career games without making a start, and he got into the rotation on April 14th and has done quite nicely since.
1 strike to Grossman, then Mauer and Sano. Out in front. Twins handled Ramirez on June 2nd. We had the same pitching matchup on June 2nd as we have here today. Gibson against Ramirez. Twins got a couple of runs in the first on a home run by Joe Mauer. Kepler hit a home run against him. Grossman hit a home run against Ramirez. In fact, it was a really good day at the plate for Grossman. He got a double and a home run against Ramirez. Twins knocked Ramirez out in the 5th inning and went on to win 11-5. 1-2. Checked his swing, close pitch, 2-2. Twins took 3 out of 4 from the Angels in Anaheim a month ago.
Ramirez got a pretty good record on day games this year. He's 3-1 in day games.
Checked his swing, 3-2.
Not quite the same crowd that we had last night here on Independence Day.
Great crowd last night, over 36,000. Foul back. Angels out in the field have former Twin Ben Revere in left field, Cameron Maven in center, Cole Calhoun in right. Escobar, Simmons, Franklin, and Valbuena the infielders, and Gratterall catching. Hard ground ball hit right at the shortstop. Simmons, an easy play, 1 down. So one gone, and now Mauer, who hit the home run against Ramirez and has been hitting the ball very well over the last 2 weeks.
Yes, he has. To go along with his great defense at first base, Joe's kind of showed up in a big way last night. Of course, his first at bat, he gets a 2-run home run, and that really put the Twins in position to take control of the ball game.
Joe with the average at .287, home run number 5 coming last night to almost straightaway center field. Just hit the top of the fence off by the bullpen, and he takes outside, ball 1. Two and 0. Indians were idle last night. Tonight they'll open up a series at home with the Padres. Corey Kluber going for Cleveland.
Kluber just won American League Pitcher of the Month. He has been lights out here since coming back from his rehab.
3-0 and already a lot of pitches for Ramirez. Saw Joe last night swing away on 2-0 and pop the ball up. Sano on deck. I doubt that he'd be swinging away here.
That is not Kevin Gorg.
Kevin's probably at the racetrack today. 3-1. Two. I thought that was up and in, but he'll get a chance to swing away now on 3-2. Full count to the Twins' first baseman. And he took ball 4. And he'll be aboard for Miguel Sano. Time now for today's State Farm combination. And the Twins got a lot of production from the top through the middle part of the batting order. Mauer hitting leadoff, a couple of hits. Escobar, a couple of hits. Sano with 3 hits, and Kepler with 4 hits.
Yeah, it was a really good night at the plate for the Twins offense, especially the top part. Kepler, boy, he had a night. Hit about 3 balls right on the screws. And Sano, who typically does that, got a couple infield hits, squibbers, but they all count today as line drives.
Swing and a miss. And the cutter outside, 1 strike. Sano 2 for 3 against Ramirez, who was a waiver claim from the Reds last year. He's found himself in the rotation for the Angels now. Swing and strike 2.
You see Miguel checking his swing on those little tiny breaking balls. I feel like he's trying to cheat a little bit, get that barrel out early instead of letting the ball get deeper across the plate where he can react like that one.
Hit to center, but there is Maven to make the catch, and Sano's retired for out number 2. And that'll bring up Kepler. Kepler hit a home run last night, also doubled off the fence in right field, and in each case just a low line drive. The home run just high enough to clear the wall in right, and that's his launch angle. He typically hits the ball low. We see Sano hitting these majestic high fly balls that travel 450 feet. Kepler can hit at 450 feet, but it's going to be on a line.
Well, I know Roy Smalley cringes every time Bird or I or anybody else talks about an uppercut swing, but I think Max Kepler has a bat swing that starts with his hands high and he goes right to the baseball, so it almost looks like he's hitting down on the ball, In reality, his bat is probably flat, but he's hitting the bottom part of the baseball to get that backspin that gives him a lot of line drives.
2 strikes to Kepler with Mauer at first and 2 down. No backspin there. Ground ball to second. The inning ends. Each starting pitcher with a scoreless first inning.
As we start the second inning at Target Field, I'm Marnie Gellner with our car scoop from the clubhouse. Paul Molitor said today that Glenn Perkins continues to play catch in Fort Myers. Still hasn't thrown off a mound, but hoping to do that soon after a setback in his rehab. A-Ray Adrianza is at shortstop today, giving Jorge Polanco a little break, and that's something Paul Molitor had been looking for an opportunity to do because Polanco had played 13 games in the last 12 days. Brian Dozier is not starting at second base. It's Eduardo Escobar today, but Dozier's back is much better, and he will be available off the bench if needed. He's just getting another day to rest that back, guys.
All right, thank you. Escobar pushes a ground ball up the middle for an opening base hit, and the Angels have their first base runner. That'll bring up Valbuena. Gibson pretty good about holding runners.
Yeah, that's a plus for Kyle, a big tall guy, 6'6", and yet he's got a good slide step, and he interrupts the pace as far as the looks that the runners are getting. He also fields his position fairly well.
Valbuena, the first baseman. Outside, ball 1.
Valbuena hit a home run last night on a breaking ball from Mejia, and that ball was crushed. It was a long one here at Target Field.
Oh, up and away. Two 2-0.
First hitter Kyle's throwing to out of the stretch position had a very quick and efficient 1-2-3 first inning, and now he's going to have to try to find that new rhythm out of the stretch.
Fouled back and into the seats. Yeah, this one was hit pretty hard.
Yeah, they call them no doubters, and when it left the bat, it was about who was going to watch it. Now, just watching the hitter and his reaction, I think the baseball world is kind of accustomed to where that ball went. When they're starting to admire their own stuff.
And the bat flips don't seem
and I blame Reggie Jackson on that. I think he was the first one to ever really do that.
Well, Harmon did it too. As much as we loved Harmon, Harmon would walk toward first base and watch the arc of his home runs.
Yeah, but he was out of the box when he did.
Yeah,
Reggie would still be in the box.
That's true. That's true. Harmon can still see him hitting the home run, lowering the bat and admiring it, but walking and then trotting to first base.
Get small ball, right?
Yep. 3-1 now to Valbuena. Gibson hoping to pitch around the leadoff single on the inning's first pitch. That's pulled foul. 3-2. The play by the ball attendant down the right field line. We expect nothing less than that down the left field line.
Well, our guy on the right field line is playing where he's supposed to, and the guy on the left field line, different cat.
What's he doing with TC's gloves? You see the size of that thing?
I don't know. The guy's got a headset too.
Full count, and heading towards second was Escobar, but he got back.
Well, in case you didn't catch it there, the left field foul boy is our own Dan Glatt, and he's always wanted to be the ball boy, so the gang decided to give him a shot at it, and obviously he doesn't know where the bench is supposed to be, the stool there.
With the runner going, the ball hooked into the corner. Escobar around second, on his way to third. They're going to wave him around, and I'm not sure why, but Escobar seemed to go into third base tentatively. It's a double and a 1-0 Angel lead.
Yeah, that's not how you run the bases, and Escobar's basically forced in from Ron Renicky, the third base coach. He was going to hold up at third. It's like, boy, you got to keep running.
Change up left up.
Yeah, up over the plate, and Valbuena drills it into the right field corner. He's going to go to second base. He knows that Kepler's going to have trouble getting it to him.
So 1-0 Angels, a runner at second, still nobody out, and now Andrelton Simmons. Fouled off his front foot. 1 strike. So it's, you know, like I just watched the Field of Dreams a few days ago, and one of the lines in there talks about dreams come true. This is a dream come true for a guy who won 2 World Series. Dan Gladden able to be the ball boy down the left field line.
Well, he picked probably the wrong day to do this. It's got to be pretty hot underneath that plastic helmet of his, and he's got to wear that. That's a mandate from MLB. Third base coach, first base coach, both ball boys all wearing helmets, but he does get to wear shorts, and that was kind of his daily attire here in the radio booth.
And a strike, and it's 0-2. Gibson trying to keep the damage to a minimum here. Single on the first pitch of the inning, then the RBI double.
Kyle looking to get an out here, ahead in the count now.
Low, and Jimenez knocks it down out of the dirt. I wonder whether Simmons isn't going to, in some respects, his career isn't going to be similar to Ozzie Smith's. Ozzie Smith, early in his career, was offensive liability, but he was so good in the field that he kept playing, and then he had the time, the luxury of his defensive prowess bought him more time, and Ozzie Smith ended up figuring out how to hit. And that might be what we're seeing from Simmons this year. He's putting together some really good numbers.
Well, it can take guys a while, you know. That's why Twins have been so patient with Byron Buxton. You know, the kid's got all the reasons to believe he's going to be a hitter.
Chopper to short, and on the play, Valbuena goes to third, 1 away. Last year, in his first year with the Angels, he hit .281, but only hit 4 home runs, and now he's got 9 home runs. He's hitting in the 280s, and he was a perennial hitter in the 240s with Atlanta. Infield in now for Nick Franklin. Franklin made a pinch hitting appearance late last night in advance of the game here today, figuring he was going to play because he has really done well against Kyle Gibson. 4 for 8 with 2 home runs. stretch with a runner at third. Foul back, 1 strike. I've asked you this before, but since I made note of it, what was the determining factor for you? Runner in third in a situation like this, stretch or windup?
Well, I liked throwing out of the windup. I always felt I had a little extra giddy up from the windup, and for me it was pretty easy. You know, I kept my back foot right on the rubber, and I stood behind the rubber, so all I had to do was pick my foot up and pull off. It was easy. I didn't feel like it was uncomfortable for me to check the runner at third base. But for a lot of guys, they just get used to the stretch position, and it doesn't matter if they're on first, second, or third, they're just going to stay in that.
1-1 to Franklin.
Infield pulled in here. 1 out.
Great catch by the shortstop Adrianza, taking a hit away from Franklin, 2 away.
Well, I'm not sure if Adrianza is going to make this play. Had he been playing back, it was probably going to be too far to his right. But because the infield's in, it cuts down the angle a little bit and makes a nice reaction to the baseball. Cal Gibson breathes a little easier because of that out.
And now Ben Revere with the infield back at normal depth. And a first pitch strike.
Six out of 8 first pitch strikes for Kyle, so he's getting ahead of hitters.
And now 1-1. Squibb to third, foul, and Sano takes the play away from the ball boy. I want to see him get up out of the chair, don't you?
Yeah, but when it's just to get up and pick up a baseball because it stopped in front of him, there's no real, response. We kind of need to see his route efficiency and things like that.
1-2. Whoa, almost a backstop on a wild pitch. 2-2. Missed the corner, and now it's a full count. Juan Gratterall on deck. Three and 2 to Ben Revere. Back to Gibson. Nice job of damage control. A single and a double and a run starting the inning, but he kept the damage to just 1 run allowed.
Curtis from Roseville, Minnesota, currently deployed to Incirlik Air Base, Turkey, and I'd like to give my team a shout out for the 4th. Hi Mom, hi Dad, hi Toby. Happy 4th, God bless America.
Hello Minnesota, we're with the 49th Intelligence Squadron at Offutt Air Force Base, Nebraska, representing the 655th Intelligence, Surveillance, and Reconnaissance Group. Happy Independence Day and God wins!
Very nice. And can you imagine being a family with a family member serving overseas in the military on Independence Day? And so we thank those who have served to procure and preserve our independence. Eduardo Escobar leading off the Twins' second, down a run, and he takes strike one. Escobar, Rosario, and Jimenez facing J.C. Ramirez. Swinging a foul, 0-2. Escobar getting the start for Brian Dozier, who, as Marty said, would be available to hit later on, maybe play in the field as well, but is back much better than it was yesterday. Foul tip, if that's still alive. Three with the Angels, a night game tomorrow, and then 4 with the Orioles. The Orioles scuffling pitching side of things. If the Twins can take care of business against the Angels, maybe a winning homestand before the All-Star break. That would be nice. Inside.
Well, that would be a start. I think Twins fans are definitely primed to have them play better at home.
Ooh. Escobar hitting the knee by a pitch on 1 and 2. He got hit in the foot, the left foot, last night, and that smoked him pretty good.
Yeah, and there's no padding there. That's all bone, ligament, and let's just hope he's going to be okay.
Escobar or someone else will be at first base to start the inning. Took a long bounce, which you don't like to see. And Escobar sitting up. We won't really know until he tries to put some weight on that right leg. Looks like he's able to put some weight on it. That's the most encouraging thing.
I always get a kick out of trainers. You know, a guy's laying there in pain and they come up and they start poking you. He says, does it hurt there? Does it hurt there? Well, heck yeah, it hurts. That's why where I just got hit.
Well, we've talked about this before. They used to have that aerosol stuff, that spray stuff. And I don't know whether it's to protect the ozone layer or what, but they don't use it anymore.
Well, you
got
can
him
see
right on the, I think the outside of the knee, maybe not the kneecap.
Could have been on the shin. This will show us a lot better.
Yeah. High up on the calf.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, there is a little muscle there, and the old timer's going to be fine.
Why don't they use that spray stuff anymore?
I think it was liquid nitrogen. I think it's the same stuff that you know, it comes in a little aerosol, like you say, and they had a nozzle. And quite honestly, I used to ask our trainer, what good is that? He says, it's just psychological. It's for you. You know, and it basically freezes it, right? But it doesn't penetrate. It just fries your skin, basically.
Gives you something else that'll hurt eventually. Yeah.
You thought that hurt? Try this.
That'll stop your whining. Escobar's at first. And now if Rosario hits a double here, we'll see how much pain Escobar can endure. And a foul. One strike. Rosario having to me, really peculiar season. We showed you the lefty-righty splits. He's handled left-handers very well. He's hitting 286. 252 at bats. He has 22 extra base hits, including 10 home runs, but only 25 runs batted in. Foul back right beneath us. 2 strikes. That almost defies.
Well, yeah, not a tremendous amount of RBIs for all the hits he's gotten, and it just, I guess it's an indication that there just hasn't been guys in scoring position when he gets those hits.
He's been hitting 7th or 8th, so he's had guys like Kepler and others hitting in front of him. 1-2. Escobar flops back. Beautiful view down the right field line. City in the background. One and two to Eddie Rosario. Escobar goes, and the pitch swung on and missed. And Escobar steals second. Bum wheel and all. Rosario strikes out, but now the tying run in scoring position.
Well, it shows the way guys are. You know, they'll lay on the ground pretending they're dead. They'll get down to first base and steal a bag. Actually, a pretty darn good jump right there for Esky.
Jimenez at the plate with Escobar at second. Twins still don't have a hit. Mauer took a 1-out walk in the first. Escobar hit by a pitch leading off the second. A bell tie strike. Check swing and another called strike. Two strikes to Chris Jimenez. That's dumped into right field. A base hit. Escobar had to hold, so he'll only gain third base, but the Twins have their first hit. And now runners on the corners with one down. Let's find Marnie Gelman.
Guys, the big story today is that the participants in the All-Star Home Run Derby have been officially announced. Miguel Sano, of course, will be one of them. That's on Monday in Miami. The notables would be defending champion Giancarlo Stanton of the Marlins, who'll be hitting in his home ballpark, too, and rookie Aaron Judge of the Yankees. And Judge will come in leading the majors with 28 home runs. That's because he hit his 28th already today. That's a game against the Blue Jays. And that Home Run Derby, one of the best parts of All-Star Week, will be 7 o'clock on Monday night.
I'll be watching the right-handed batters in the hopes that someone, Aaron Judge, Miguel Sano, maybe somebody will knock down that art thing they have in left center field in that ballpark. There's a ball hit well to left field. Adrianza sending one to the warning track and making the catch. Trotting home is Escobar, and Adrianza with a sacrifice fly to tie the game. He belted that a long way.
Does his job. Hits it deep enough to the outfield to have Escobar be able to tag and score, and we have a tie game.
And now Byron Buxton. Sent that all the way to the warning track. Escobar able to trot home easily. Jimenez still at first with 2 down, and now Buxton. Fouled back, a strike. Talked a little bit about it last night. Buxton's cut down his strikeouts with his new approach. So he's making contact, but he's not getting much to show for it yet. And in the pregame show, James Rowson, in talking about Kepler, said the one thing he did was he stayed with his plan, and I'll bet you that's the advice for Buxton too. Just keep doing what you're doing, and eventually some hits will start falling.
Well, Max Kepler's got almost the perfect swing, so you don't want to change that. And for Buxton, I think he had a little bit of a long swing, and James Rowson probably cutting down the stride to help cut down on the swing, be quicker to the ball directly from his lock position right to the baseball.
1-2. And diving back is Jimenez. Catchers should do that to one another.
Why not?
What a terrible thing to do to a fellow catcher.
Terrible. It's awful. Should never happen. Except when the catcher thinks he's a base runner and he's 40 feet off the bag. 2 outs. Jeff Smith's got to remind him there's 2 outs. You just hold on there, son. Hold on.
Gratterall's leading off the 3rd inning. I'll bet you Jimenez has words with him about that. I bet he will.
Well,
got to hydrate.
Yeah, the guy down the line's hydrating. I think somebody should probably check that to make sure it's just water.
Full count now to Buxton. It was 0-2. Took a call, 3rd strike.
Right there.
Frozen. Twins get the run back in the bottom of the 2nd. We're tied at 1. Is presented by Northland Ford. Visit buyfordnow.com and your local Northland Ford dealer today. By Grand Casino, the best stories start here. And by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Tied at 1. A-Ray Adrianza just activated after the game last night at the expense of Kenny Vargas, who was optioned to Rochester, scoring Eduardo Escobar, who had a painful trip around the bases, but he scored the tying run. And now we go to the 3rd. Jimenez gets down into a crouch. Gratterall, the Angel catcher.
And there's the words, huh? Having a conversation like you predicted.
Well,
how about Escobar? He goes out to the defense, grabs a glove, no indication whatsoever, no limping at all. After a stolen base, scores a run. He's fine.
First pitch strike to Gratterall. Well, he's already had an adventurous day. He is deathly afraid of cats. And Rod and Rhonda Carew came to the clubhouse with their pet cat and surprised Escobar, startled him, and then he gets hit by a pitch.
Yeah. Have you seen his video on his names for his own teammates? He doesn't really know a lot of their names. It's hilarious.
Two strikes to the Angel catcher. And another foul.
What I like about Kyle so far here is he's got a good downward plane. He's keeping the ball down in the zone for the most part. Kyle is the guy that gets in trouble when he gets the ball thigh high or belt high, and he needs to stay down on the knees because then his ball has the little tail at the end that sometimes runs out of the zone.
And a breaking ball gets a strikeout. One down.
It's his second strikeout there.
And now Maben.
Good location.
Right where Jimenez had the glove. Off the plate, down and away.
Well, what I like about that is he started it on the plate, and a lot of times Kyle has been a guy to start his breaking ball on the corner, breaks off the corner. It's so far out of the zone they are not even tempted to chase.
And it got him in the box, I believe. Maben trying to bunt. The ball went down and hit him while he was still in the batter's box. So just a strike.
Now, once in the box, it's going to be a dead ball. So he makes contact, comes up, and hits him in the leg, and he's still got both feet in the box.
Right. And Kepler with the catch. Maben's hit the ball hard twice tonight. Buxton caught one up against the fence. Kepler catches that line drive. 2 down. Join us Thursday, July 20th for the 1987 Summer Celebration at Target Field. An evening on the field. Great food, great stories from the likes of Bert Blyleven, Frank Viola, Gary Gaetti, Roy Smalley, Dan Gladden. Evening will feature interactive games, silent auction, program, and a lot more. To learn more and get your tickets, visit twinsbaseball.com/summer celebration. 2 down quickly here in the third, and now Cole Calhoun, who struck out swinging his first time up. Little breeze here today, blowing in from right, then bending and going out over the left field fence, as it does here routinely. Tend to forget until you get some wind, you know, just to remind yourself how vertical a ballpark this is. And so the wind gets in here, and when it comes in from right field, it's got to go out someplace. Outside 1-1. It is, in addition to being a beautiful ballpark, it's an architectural wonder. They call it a 14-acre ballpark on 11 acres. Kind of shoehorned into this area here in Minneapolis. Too tall for Mauer and into the corner. A 2-out hit for Calhoun. And he continues to pick up hits against the Twins.
Yeah, they had a couple loud hits last night, and that ball a little bit out in front off the end of the bat, but still enough hand strength to lift it over Joe's glove. See the slider left up. He's had a great year. Kind of in the shadows of Albert Pujols and of course Mike Trout, but Cole Calhoun is really an excellent ball player.
Here's Pujols with a runner aboard, 2 down. Mentioned last night the Angels like to run. Fouled off the end of the bat. Angels lead the major leagues in stolen bases. They have 76. They've been caught 25 times. So in addition to the volume of stolen bases, you know, right around a 75% success rate, which is very good. Calhoun 4 for 4. Rangers right behind the Angels.
I'm sure that's something down the road that Paul Molitor is going to try to influence here in the Twins organization. He has got guys on his roster right now that have the speed to, you know, help with the stolen base department. Buxton can run, Rosario can run, Escobar can run, Kepler can run. I mean, they've got guys that have raw talent, raw speed. It's the art of stealing bases, knowing when, how to get jumps, all those things that Paul has quietly been working with all these guys on.
2 strikes to Pujols. Popped up right field. Kepler with a very long run, but he makes the catch on his way into the dugout. You're watching Twins baseball presented by State Farm.
Fourth of July, it's you get up for it. A lot of energy in the stadium. The pregame ceremony is very intense.
It's sunny out there. Most of the people come out, and it's just a good time to come out there and watch a baseball game.
To be able to play a silly game of baseball for a living and have the opportunity to do it and recognize a lot of the guys that make sacrifices in order for us to have that freedom to do that, it means a lot.
And we hope everyone has a happy and safe Independence Day. Outside, ball 1 to Robbie Grossman. Joe Mauer, Miguel Sano will follow in a tie game. Partly cloudy skies, very pleasant weather, kind of steamy, sticky as it should be in July in Minnesota. Inside now, 2-0 to Grossman. He ended up bouncing to short, leading off the first inning.
Both pitchers have done a nice job of throwing strike one. Kyle Gibson is 10 for 12 in first pitch strikes.
This one popped up. Escobar, Simmons, and Simmons in short left field makes the catch. 1 down. That'll bring up Joe Mauer. Cold hard fact today brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. And Joe Mauer with a .342 lifetime average against the Angels. And Joe's been at it longer than Jose Altuve, but of course the Angels are in Altuve's division, so that's pretty impressive too that he's at .358 in all those games. Paul Molitor on the list hitting .333.
Yeah, 2 of the guys on that list I had to try to get out, and I probably kept their average right about there. They could hit. Boggs and Molitor.
Cookie Rojas' son Victor is one of the TV broadcasters for the Angels. He's sitting in the booth next to us. Saw Cookie in Kansas City and looks great. 1 strike to Mauer with 1 gone in the third. And now a ball, 1-1.
Well, he walked Mauer in his first at bat. The only walk he's given up. He did create a situation that eventually produced a run for the Twins by hitting Eduardo Escobar to start the second inning. Other than that, it's been pretty much strikes.
Strike called over the inside corner. 1-2. Off the plate. 2-2. Joe hit leadoff yesterday. Second in the lineup today. Ramirez wanted to double check the count. Made sure he knew it was 2-2. On the ground, 2 hops to Franklin. Mauer retired, 2 down. That'll bring up Sano. In honor of this 4th of July holiday, Fox Sports Supports is proud to team up with Homes for Our Troops, building mortgage-free, specially adapted homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans. You can learn more about how Homes for Our Troops is rebuilding lives and visit foxsportsupports.com. 2 down, and now Sano hit a line drive to Maben in center field, his first time up. Half swing, and he's getting a steady diet of what you call short breaking balls near the outside corner.
Late breaking sliders, and he just kind of gets caught where he's starting his bat and then has to hold up because he sees it out of the zone.
Tapper foul, and it's 0-2.
Miguel had a little bit of problem with that last year. He got a lot of his strikeouts that way.
Nice breeze up there for those folks. 0-2. If anybody can hit one up there, it'd be Sano. Inside. 1-2. Fought it off. If he doesn't get a ball down there pretty soon, we're going to dock the ball boy's pay. He's basically done nothing down there on the left field line.
Well, I do believe he is doing his part of the radio broadcast, thus the headset and earbuds. But yeah, as far as contributions to enhance this ball game and defend those fans that could be in jeopardy of a line drive, not.
And he got a free shirt out of the deal. Presented by Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in the Twin Cities. By Budweiser, this Bud's for you. And by USAA, insurance, banking, and investments tailored for the military community. So far, the Twins have won 4 of the 5 games. Oh, no, don't tempt him. Don't tempt him. He's got work to do. Dan Gladden, serving as the ball boy down the left field line, has yet to have a ball hit to him. Bouncer to short. Adrianza gobbles it up. And Escobar, who hit the first pitch to center in the 2nd inning and later scored, hits the first pitch to the shortstop. 1 very quick out.
Another first pitch strike for Kyle Gibson, so he has been attacking the strike zone. Good to see him doing that. He's had good results. Pitch count in pretty good shape.
Valbuena hooked a double into the right field corner that scored Escobar, making it 1-0. But there was Valbuena at second, nobody out. The Angels didn't get him in. Franklin had a line drive picked off by the shortstop Adrianza. That was a big play in that inning. Ball 1. Ball 2. Angels drop back below the 500 mark with the Twins win last night. It's been an issue for them and so many other teams, putting together a good run to get above the 500 mark to stay. Fly ball left field, and Rosario still on the grass out there, makes the catch, 2 down. And somewhere on this beautiful day is Marty Gellner.
Well, I mentioned earlier Aaron Judge and his MLB leading 28th home run. Here it is in the 4th inning against the Blue Jays, a line drive to center field. And listen to this exit velocity, 118.4 miles per hour. That is the 4th hardest hit home run this season. The other 3 hardest hit home runs this season belong to Aaron Judge.
Well, thank you, Marty. I think Judge has the longest measured home run this year, 495. But again, you have to put an asterisk by that because Sano's home run in Kansas City wasn't measured. Statcast, for whatever reason, either was shut down, it blew a gasket on the home run, whatever had happened. And the longest home run I've hit, maybe up there with Vargas's home run here. I mean, there have been some long ones hit.
Well, there's a lot of power, but again, I go back to the fact that they all count the same. Joe Mauer's top of the fence home run last night counted just as much as that 165-mile-an-hour exit velocity one.
Two and 1 to Andrelton Simmons. Hit a bouncer to short his first time up. 2-2.
Kyle having a chance for another 1-2-3 inning here.
Had one in the first. Nice stop by Sano. Throws him out. A one-hop smash to his backhand side. And he turned it into the 3rd out.
Another great play defensively for the big man. Here's the play again, going to his right. Short hops it, spins, turns, and then a dynamite throw over to Mauer.
with a really nice play to end the top of the fourth.
Well, it helps Kyle Gibson getting out of the inning. Another 1-2-3 inning. Going to his right. A spin. Stand up. Plenty of time. And he's got a rocket of an arm. Throws an accurate baseball across the diamond. A great play from Miguel.
Kepler to start the bottom of the fourth. And he checks and takes ball one. Kepler with a bouncer to second his first time up. 4 hits last night. 2 rockets and a couple of squibbers. And now 2-0. Twins have taken a walk. They had a hit batter, 1 soft single, and the only well hit ball. Well, Sano hit his first inning drive to center fairly well, but Adrian's deep fly that tied the game, the best struck ball so far here. On the ground, and Kepler's got a hit. Hot ground ball, and he'll round first and hold up there. Leadoff man on for the Twins in the fourth. Let's get caught up.
Well, here's where it all got started. A base hit down the light. Valbuena plates Escobar for the first run. A sac fly to left field easily scores Escobar. It's 1-1. And Kyle Gibson been very efficient so far in this game. He's kept the ball down in the zone. He's thrown some great breaking balls and a lot of first pitch strikes. So good start to this ball game.
Toyota got us caught up in a 1-1 game, and now Escobar hit by a pitch. He stole second, went to third on a single, and scored on Adrian's fly ball. There is strike 1. Beautiful day at this beautiful ballpark, and we hope you all get a chance to enjoy the weather and a nice extended weekend here. Fouled back, 0-2. That's the count Escobar had in his first plate appearance. Ended up taking a ball and getting hit by a pitch.
That was a little bit of a funny swing there for Esky. It's almost like he was going to get started early, and then he decided to let it wait, and then he took a hack at it anyway. Just funny looking swing.
Kepler goes, and the pitch dumped into center field, and Maven has to jump to make the catch. Kepler retreats 1 away. Target Field's a great place to spend time with the people who are important to you. Groups of 25 or more are eligible for discounts on tickets, and per ticket fees are eliminated. Arrange your group of 25 plus today by visiting twinsbaseball.com/groups or call 800-33-TWINS. Ask about a Twins Target Field group outing. Here's Eddie Rosario down swinging his first time up. Kepler took off on the pitch that Escobar put into play. So now Ramirez keeps closer tabs of him, or on him. Just outside a ball. Angels have had the only lead in this game. Last night the Twins scored early and had a comfortable lead for parts of the ball game. Every time the Angels would score, the Twins would add on some runs. 1-0. Same spot, ball 2.
Ramirez just not quite finishing off those last 2 pitches. It's just a real fine line in where you release the pitch, and he started releasing both those last 2 just a little prematurely, thus the ball staying up and away.
2-0 to Rosario. find themselves in second place in the American League West, but a month behind the Astros. 15 games behind. Chop right side. Kepler will try to advance. He's forced, and the ball juggled, and the out is recorded. Kepler's out, so he can go to third home. The Angels won't care. So 2 down. The ruling by second base umpire Stu Sherwater was that Simmons lost the ball on the exchange.
Right, transfer out of his catching hand to his throwing hand. There's Valbuena throwing it to Simmons, and then Simmons catches it, and upon transfer bobbles the ball. So a good call by the umpire.
So runner at first, 2 down, and Jimenez dropped a single into right center field his first time up. 1 hit. His batting average went up 8 points. Jimenez with 5 home runs. He's added 4 doubles, but see if the Twins send Rosario. Earlier they sent Escobar, and he stole the base. Strike 1.
A little giddy up on that fastball. 97 miles an hour.
Away, 1-1.
The catcher Gratterall, he might need to get a new glove, something with fireworks in it. Pitchers get fired up when you hear the pop, and that one's like a pillow.
There goes Rosario. Pitches outside, and Rosario with the steal of second.
Not a good pitch to throw on in defense of the catcher. Ball down and away. He has to reach for it and then try to get a good grip on the ball. Rosario has good speed. We talked about the potential of Twins players that could be running more. It's probably one guy Paul wishes he could control a little bit more. But see the quick first step for Eddie, and then a high throw from the catcher allows him to get a stolen base.
Hit to the outfield should put the Twins in front. 2-1 to Jimenez. Big swing and a miss.
Another really good breaking ball. Starts on the plate, breaks off. Jimenez got it started, couldn't hold up.
Two and two. Full count. Adrianza on deck. Twins are in first place on Memorial Day. They're relevant on the 4th of July. And that's the hope and the challenge to make sure that when Labor Day rolls around, this team is still playing meaningful games. Full count. Jimenez takes ball 4, and Adrianza will come up with runners at first and second.
Well, if nothing else, Jimenez worked the count, and on a hot day here at Target Field, that's adding to the stress a little bit. You can see some of the fans fanning themselves down the left field line. Ball boy's hanging in there pretty good. I didn't know if he'd make it through 4, but
dark shirt,
yeah,
dark batting helmet.
A lot of sun attractant on that body right there.
TC's glove.
I think that's actually Byron Buxton's glove. He borrowed it from Byron simply because whatever he used to use apparently doesn't work in this generation.
Here's Adrianza, drove in the lone Twins run with a deep sacrifice fly, and he takes strike one. Adrianza driving in his 8th run, had some abdominal issues that the Twins were able to resolve. A few games in Rochester, now back with the big league club, and he takes a ball 1-1.
Well, he picked up the first run with an RBI sac fly to left. He's going to need a hit here to score. Rosario pick up another RBI with 2 outs.
One and one. 2-1.
Kind of curious, you know, we saw these festive 4th of July uniforms down in Kansas City, and both the Royals players and the Twins players were wearing the socks. Rosario's got them at second base. Adrianza has them in the box, but none of the Angel players are wearing them.
That hit him. Came close.
I don't think so.
3-1.
One thing about J.C. Ramirez, he's willing to come inside. He already got there's the socks.
They might be wearing them, but the Angels all have their pant legs pulled down.
Here's the last pitch again, coming in and barely missing Adrianza.
3-1. Buxton on deck. Takes a strike, 3-2. I think Maven in center field looks like he's got the socks on.
No, he's just got the good old-fashioned regular socks.
Oh, yeah,
I think.
yeah.
So maybe they weren't issued them. I don't know. Not a one of them. Either that or Mike Scioscia says no.
Full count. The runners will go. Rosario from second and Jimenez from first. Adrianza swings through strike 3. We head to the 5th. Tied at 1. Perfect way to spend the 4th of July. Baseball in the afternoon. Fireworks tonight. And a beautiful day for the baseball side of it anyway. And a well-pitched game here so far with Kyle Gibson and Ramirez facing off. Matching each other inning by inning. Franklin with a 2-hopper to Mauer and Gibson to the bag and another 1-pitch out.
Oh, great job right there. Again, Kyle Gibson filling up the strike zone on the first pitch, getting a good result. Joe Mauer, steady Eddie over at first, makes a tougher play look pretty easy, and then Kyle doing what he's supposed to do.
One down. And now
covering
Revere will
first.
bat.
Well, I hate to inform everybody, and I know this is a sad day, but already a replacement. Well, I take that back. Maybe it was a temporary replacement. He probably had to get a little bit of that mist air. They might have had a special fan set up in the hallway.
I think I know exactly what happened, and you do too.
He's back.
He's answered the bell for the 5th inning. Revere at the plate, 1-0. Let that and my experience on my one day with the grounds crew be a lesson to you. Keep your mouth shut. Don't tell people what you think would be kind of cool.
I would be a drink vendor here, and there would be no profits.
I made the mistake of telling somebody one time that when I was 7 years old, I thought of being on the grounds crew was the coolest job in the world. Said nothing about as an adult wanting to do it, but somehow my dream came true.
And just this morning you were telling me how much you enjoy cutting your grass at home.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Apparently it has all shifted.
As we get older, our
priorities,
our
desires.
That too. 3-1 to Ben Revere. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Get out of the way, ball boy.
Well, see, now right there, though, that was impressive. I thought old habits and instincts would kick in, and he'd, try to make a catch on that.
Dive into the stands?
Yeah.
Well, he did the right thing. He picked up the chair and got out of the way, and that's. Let's see Rosario, and there's Danny in the bottom part of the screen. Getting out of the way very slowly. It wasn't a real quick route.
And Revere takes a 1-out walk.
Yeah, first walk for Kyle.
Twins baseball on Fox Sports North is presented by State Farm. Here to help life go right with the auto and renter's protection you deserve. I wonder if that's the first time Dan Gladden's ever picked up and moved a stool.
Well, the one thing about our job is you can ask him as soon as you want tomorrow.
That's true. Here is Gratterall, the catcher. Struck out his first time up. Revere still has speed. He's worthy of some attention at first base. And a first pitch strike.
Good man for a double play here. If you can get a ball on the ground and get the run or the throw to second base before Revere gets there. Gratterall, a catcher, doesn't look like he's the kind of guy to get down the line in any record pace.
Mike Scioscia barking from the dugout, wondering whether Gibson might not have balked. Angels had a balk called on Alex Meyer last night. It kind of turned the game around. Twins got a run in, then Mauer hit his home run inside a ball. 1-1. And to the mound, Jimenez.
I wonder if Jimenez saw something there or reminding him sometimes mechanical things like keeping that shoulder in or your chin down to tuck a little better. There's a lot of little subtle things that a good catcher should pick up. All the times they catch their pitching staff, they kind of pick up on habits, good and bad.
I wonder if Scioscia was barking about a possible balk, Jimenez might have figured out what it was they were objecting to and wanted to remind Gibson of that too. 1-1 to Gratterall.
Well, there's a lot of people don't realize Mike Scioscia, the manager for the Angels.
And of course, Jeff Nelson, the home plate umpire today, was the umpire who called the balk on Meyer, and that's exactly what Scioscia is barking about.
Yeah, and I think it's about the same type of call last night. Scioscia think that maybe Gibson used what we call the balk move. He moves his front knee just slightly before picking off his back foot, and that technically is a balk, but I think Kyle's is almost simultaneously, and you cannot jump. You know, you can't leave both feet up at the same time. You have to move the back foot first. But I was going to where Mike Scioscia, a lot of fans don't know, he's managed forever and ever with the Angels, but he's a former catcher, and he knows a lot about what pitchers do.
Revere goes, and Escobar with the tag. Jimenez threw him out handily, and all the attention paid Revere at first base may have paid off there with a throw out at second.
Well, Kyle gets rid of the ball. This is where it all starts, is from the pitcher. There's no jump at all. The ball's already home. Look at all the time that Jimenez has. Makes a good throw. Escobar catches it and tags out Revere easily. But Kyle Gibson giving his catcher a chance.
Not an easy throw for Jimenez because the batter, Gratterall, fell across the plate with his swing. And there's a weak strike 3. So Gibson pitches around the 1-out walk, faces just 3 men again in the 5th.
Third strikeout for Kyle Gibson.
Here at Target Field, fans are dressed in their red, white, and blue. They're here to see the Twins and the Angels while we are in the 5th inning in the Minnesota Lottery Winners Circle. Michael is here as well, celebrating his 50th birthday from Woodbury, and a very patriotic sign as well for Mike today. Happy birthday. What are your plans today?
After the game, we're going to have a picnic with the rest of my family. They weren't able to make it today. So.
Well, it's got to be special. I mean, a 4th of July birthday is one thing. I mean, that equals a party every year, but your 50th,
yeah,
you got to do it up.
Yeah, so we are. Everyone's going to have fireworks tonight, so that'll be good to help when we celebrate my birthday.
All right, well, happy birthday to you, Michael.
Yep, thank you.
Guys.
Buxton almost bunted and ended up almost walking into a pitch. Ball 1. Thank you, Marnie. Buxton leading off the 5th inning. Was called out on strikes his first time up.
73 pitches for Ramirez. Both pitchers doing a good job in this game. At times it's kind of gotten slow considering how many hitters.
Yeah.
These guys have been pretty efficient. But it's a hot day, and sometimes everything slows down when it heats up. See balls to strikes there.
A strike, 2-1. 59% strike percentage, a little substandard. You'd like to be at least in the 60s. 2-1. Driven to left, a base hit. And Buxton finally gets rewarded for making some contact. And he's aboard with a hit leading off the 5th inning. And this is, as we've said so many times, the game has now changed.
Yep. It certainly has, especially if Paul gives him the green light to steal. And he greeted this one out in front, ball down and over the plate. But what Byron Buxton brings now that he's on base is a lot of panic to a lot of defenses.
He will see throws over. He might ensure that Grossman gets more fastballs to swing at. He is 14 for 15 in stolen bases. And he's checked right away. And it does the dog paddle to get back.
I once asked a guy who I consider the greatest base stealer of all time, became my teammate, Ricky Henderson in Toronto. And I asked Ricky, I said, all right, it's, you know, you've gotten a 30-year stolen bases off of me, so you're not going to get any this year. So tell me, what is it about pitchers that is the hardest thing to read? He says, the longer you hold the ball is when I don't like it. He said everything else, he could pick it up, he could figure out your moves, he just had a sense, but he says, when you hold the ball and you pause and you pause and you pause, that's when I have a harder time to figure things out of how to get a good jump.
Grossman swings and fouls the first pitch away. Buxton was staying put on that pitch.
The problem with that is you're talking about a guy in a stretch, you're holding a runner on, and most hitters only have a certain time clock in their head of how long they're going to stay in the box before they call timeout.
Right.
So it's a kind of a fine line.
Strike to Grossman. Buxton entered the game with an on-base percentage of .272. Twins are hoping for a world where he will add 100 points to that by drawing more walks, making more contact. There is a ball 1-1. So that he has 14 steals and 15 tries. That part's encouraging, and then the hope is as he's on base more often.
Yeah, there could be a day where he gets 45 bags and 50 tries,
right.
And that's where they want him to be at some point in his career.
1-1. Buxton goes, had a good jump, swing and a miss, and he's in with a steal. Third steal on the day for the Twins, and now Grossman's in an 0-2 home. Saw it last night. We'll see it again from Grossman, the batter, swinging on a pitch that Grossman typically wouldn't swing at, just to give Buxton a little more time, keep the catcher from cheating and coming out of the catcher's box. And Buxton doesn't need that much help anyway. Chipped foul, 1-2. One and two to Grossman, now tasked with at least getting Buxton to third base. That's a hot ground ball under the glove of Valbuena. And Buxton will come home. Grossman rounding. Well, he's pulling into second with a double, driving in Buxton, and it's 2-1.
Well, here we go. Robbie Grossman trading places with Byron at second base. And it's good to see him get a hit. It's been a little bit of a dry spell for Robbie Grossman. Here's the pitch. Ball down and in. Didn't really break down. It's kind of a spinner. And Robbie got something he can handle. Valbuena reacted a little too late there. You see the ball's already by him before he gets down. So the Twins take the lead.
And now Mauer. Ball one. Walked in the first, bounced to second in the third. Two and oh.
For whatever reason, Ramirez has fallen behind Mauer. All three at bats.
Two and oh to the Twins' first baseman. Three and oh. Sano on deck.
Well, Joe typically will take a couple pitches here, but you know, these are the situations. Runner in second base, you just had the go-ahead run score. These are the free ones that Joe could tee off on and maybe pick up more RBIs right there down Broadway. If he was willing to try to drive in the runs more, he'll work the count. That's his game.
Three and one. Ground ball, base hit. Grossman to third, being waved around. Revere with the throw to the infield, and it's 3-1 Twins.
Well, Joe takes the 3-0 pitch, gets the same pitch 3-1, and he delivers. Ben Revere, one of the weakest arms in all of baseball. And Gene Glenn, knowing that, Robbie Grossman gets a fairly good jump. He's headed home. See Joe shooting the ball the other way. Twins score a pair here. Ball gets by Escobar at third base.
Charles Nagy, the pitching coach, to the mound. So Buxton single and stolen base has set up Grossman, who set up Mauer. And the Twins enjoy a 3-1 lead. Sano, the hitter. Sano's had a couple of tough at-bats against Ramirez, and Ramirez has started him every time with that quick breaking ball near the outside corner. And I would imagine the remedy for that would be for Sano to keep the front shoulder in and try to drive that pitch to right field.
Well, as long as it's up, if it's a good breaking ball down, he just got to take it, because more than likely it's going to be a ball. But yeah, I think the whole thought process of going the other way is probably important for a guy who throws a lot of breaking balls.
That time he took it. Ball one. Blake Parker warming up for the Angels. And Ramirez threw the ball out of play. And Jeff Nelson walked it halfway back to the mound and then flipped it to him. I think Paul Molitor might be asking about simply throwing the ball out of play. I don't believe he called time. He just kind of flipped it towards the Twins dugout.
Jeff Nelson a little short with his fuse today. He's
inside 2-0.
Taking a lot of barking on both sides, but he's hot. He's wearing all the gear. Him and the two catchers. Catchers get to take their gear off in between innings. He's still out there sweating. So it's a warm one for an umpire.
That breaking ball again on 2-0.
Yeah,
missed it.
And that was a left field swing there instead of the right field swing.
Two and one to Sano. Still nobody out in the fifth. 2-2.
We've seen Ramirez straighten up some left-handers with fastballs in, but I haven't seen him throw a fastball into a right-hander yet. So maybe he's good at commanding his pitches on the glove side, but not so much on the arm side.
much would you give for a rocket foul over by the tarp right now? 3-2. Kepler on deck. I mean, so it gets out there in the blink of an eye.
I don't think I'd give as much as you would. But that's my boy right there.
Full count to Sano. Know that Mauer will be taking off here.
Twins got a nice inning going here. 2 runs scored already on 3 straight hits.
Toward the hole and through. Sano claps his hands as he goes to first. And the Twins start the inning with 4 straight hits. And that'll bring up Kepler. Sanford health injury report. Tough break for the Rockies. They've had kind of a tough couple of weeks anyway. And now Ian Desmond back on the disabled list. He was on the disabled list when the Rockies came through here. The Rockies have fallen back to 3rd place. Still 13 games over 500. Today they're looking for their 50th win. Kepler with a single his last time up. Bouncer to second. And a double play. Potentially a big double play with Kepler hitting a 2-hopper to Franklin. Paul Molitor with the left foot out of the dugout. Twins will rely on Sean Harlan's counsel here as to whether they should challenge this or not.
Simmons does a great job of not only getting rid of the ball but having something on it.
I don't think there will be a challenge.
I don't think so.
Mauer to 3rd base. That'll bring up Escobar. Escobar hit by a pitch, stole second, scored in the 2nd inning, then he hit a fly ball to center. Need a 2-out hit here. Nearly to the backstop. Nice backhanded catch by Gratterall.
Escobar's got to be shaking his head. It's like another ball in that he has to move his legs.
And he took a strike, 1-1. Twins entered the inning with just 2 hits. And they strung 4 together to score a couple of runs anyway here in the 5th. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Back to the pitcher. And Ramirez survives the 5th, gives up a couple of runs. The Twins have a 3-1 lead as we go to the 6th.
in the bottom of the 5th inning, now leading 3-1 over the Angels. I am down the left field line, awaiting to talk to this very popular ball boy who's calling himself the Ball Dude and is catching energy bars from Manny Rosario and left.
They're getting the message. I'm running out of juice here a little bit, but didn't realize how hot it was, huh?
It's toasty. This is Dan Gladden doing the radio broadcast live down the left field line today, and you've barely gotten any action.
One ball's come over, and it was about 5 rows deep. I don't think I really had a play on it, and they're telling me to kind of really get out of the way of everybody, and I think I do that well.
I just heard a security guard ask why you're drinking water when you haven't done anything yet today.
Well, you got to stay hydrated. That's what my trainer told me, and I think that's important.
You got a glove from Byron Buxton today? Is it the right glove?
It is. It's not working right now because there's nothing coming this way. But I broke out a Byung-Ho Park batting glove. Usually, some players will use a batting glove underneath the glove. So I haven't used it yet. It's too long.
Well, I know you were, a big league outfielder, so you know all about this routine. What's your game prep like today compared to when you played?
Just to anticipate, I showed up with all my equipment.
And you're pro?
All my equipment.
Like the helmet and sunglasses?
Yeah, there's a little more than that too, but I didn't break out the stirrups.
Let's not get into all of it.
Okay, but I just want to be prepared, and you have to anticipate the pitch. So I think that's something you know a lot about.
Yeah.
That you get on your tiptoes when the ball comes over the plate and anticipate it. So that's what I'm trying to do right now.
All right. Well, I think all of Twins Nation is hoping for a screamer foul down the left field line today.
I think that people would like to see me embarrass myself more so than make a nice play. I think they're looking for the injury.
The injury.
Yeah.
Hey, well, stretch out, take a break here, and actually don't take a break. Stay on your toes. Thanks for joining us. Have fun today. Get some baseballs coming this way.
Sano said he was going to hit me one. And that's the one that worries me the most.
That's maybe the one you don't want.
Right.
Well, Dick and Jack, you know what? He's been chatting up the fans and the security guards, and he's got more to say.
I just, Jack's up there. I know he's laughing a little bit, and he's waving right now, but Jack would have been a melted pot right here. He would just have been a water puddle right here, right now.
He doesn't have it anymore. He can't stand the heat.
God, no. If it gets over 80 degrees, he cries. If it gets down to 72, he cries. So I told him to move to San Diego.
What do you have to say, Jack?
I'm from Minnesota. Heat is from the south. And, I'm a cold air guy. Good job, though, Danny. Good job, Marnie. A little different than your in-game interview yesterday. But very, very nice.
2-2 the count to Calhoun. Maben bounced out to Escobar very quickly.
A little surprised Danny didn't say God bless vodka, but he's having fun. He wanted to do this, and I think I'm just curious to see how the radio broadcast is going. Apparently him and Corey are still in communication. That's why he's wearing the headset. I looked over at Corey. I said, how's it going? He says it's going great. And I wonder if he meant that Danny wasn't in the booth with him.
Yeah. 2-2 to Calhoun.
Meanwhile, Kyle Gibson pitching a nice ball game here. Again, recording a first out in an inning.
Calhoun again driving it deep to right center field and gone. A home run. The Twins can't get this guy out. A home run, his 11th of the year, and it's 3-2.
Well, it didn't look like that bad a pitch, and I'm sure we'll get another look at it. But Calhoun, he either loves Twins pitching or target field or both, because he's having a heck of a series already. Here's the pitch, and it was down over the plate. Goes down and gets it. Easy swing.
And now Pujols 0 for 2 with a ground ball and a fly ball. Ball 1.
Oh, there was his chance.
I know it. I know it.
Ron Reddick is going to throw it out there anyway.
Look at that.
And he boots it.
Clanked it. Ron Reddick, he threw it to Dan Gladden, and he clanked it.
I could see Danny just staring through him right now. It's like you short-hut me on purpose.
I know he did. 2-1.
No, you got to understand it. All of baseball understands the dazzle man. And very poor focus. You saw he didn't keep his head down. Lifted his head, peeked a little bit.
And as he told Marnie, he was fully protected
Yes.
for just that eventuality.
There it was.
Big swing and a miss. 2-2. Two and two. Gibson to Pujols. Chopper to short, and all kinds of time for Escobar to throw Pujols out. 2 down. Twins fans, if you can't catch the games on TV, you can stream them live on your mobile device with Fox Sports Go. Download the app, take Fox Sports North and Twins baseball with you wherever you go. 2 down, and now Yunel Escobar.
Well, again, Kyle gave up the home run there to Calhoun, but if he can get a quick out here, he's got a chance to go out and actually finish the 7th inning. Would be the first time all year that he's been able to do that. And we talked so much about what a big lift it was for Mejia yesterday. For Kyle to follow suit, I think that would be a great start for him. He's pitched well this game.
And again, we saw some signs of improvement in June. The numbers of June were representative of a major league pitcher. And now his first start of July looks like it's going to be perhaps his best of the year. Swing and a miss. 1-1.
Not a lot of hard contact today, and quite honestly, the reason for that, in my opinion, is he hasn't thrown a lot of balls up in the strike zone. Not a lot of balls belt high, which is where he's been hurt a lot. He's thrown most of the breaking balls down in the zone. Even the home run was a pretty good pitcher's pitch.
The double by Valbuena in the 2nd inning was not. That was a hanging.
That was a hanging breaking ball of some sort.
2-1. Up the line, foul. See what Sano does with the ball. There, another chance.
I'm sure Danny has already got the pecking order for all the kids. You get the first ball, you get the second ball. If I get the 3rd one, you get it.
2-2. You know, I was envisioning it being something like dodgeball down there for him, you know?
Well, it can be, but today,
towards the hole, and Adrianza deflects the ball. That's all he can do, and Escobar is aboard with his 2nd hit. Tying runs aboard with 2 down. And that'll bring up Valbuena.
well, even if Herrera stops this ball, he's not going to have a play on it. Ball kind of squirts underneath the thumb of his glove.
Valbuena got a pitch up, hooked it into the corner to drive in the first run of the game. It was Escobar after his leadoff single. Ball 1.
Twins again shift Valbuena to the right side.
And now 2-0. Just one walk for Gibson. And a strike percentage of 65, which is very good. Buddy Bouchier's getting loose in case things unravel for Gibson here in the 6th.
Well, Kyle's pitch count's in good shape. it's not bad at all. But again, damage control here. You don't want to see the left-hander get on here.
There's a strike on the outside corner, 2-1.
You got two right-handers after Valbuena, and then a left-hander in Ben Revere.
Angels scored in the second, and they scored in the sixth, and not coincidentally, those are the 2 innings where Gibson's had to work the most. Big swing and a foul, 2-2. Dribbled up the line. Mauer tried to get it while it was still in fair territory, and Jeff Nelson's call said it was a foul ball.
And just a great reaction for Joe, understanding that if he charges this ball, it might not hop out of bounds. So he's trying to save an out for Kyle Gibson. You see him react. Ball bounces fair, and then Joe's trying to get up the line to get it and keep it fair.
Well, I've gotten to know Jeff Nelson, would even consider him a friend. So with that said, that was a pretty good move by the umpire too. Good reaction time. He understood that was going to be his call,
right,
and he scrambled to get the best view of it he could. 2-2. Popped up, backing out of play. Now wouldn't that be something if we had one hit up here? And Gladden's down there with a glove and a cup and everything else on, and he doesn't have anything hit to him.
I'd love it, especially if I barehanded it.
Yeah, if Corey Provis gets one hit in the booth and he catches it, then he's not going to feel very good. 2-2. Gibson trying to wrap up things here in the 6th inning, and now you look up, this is his 90th pitch of the afternoon.
A lot of pitches this half inning.
Lifted to left, and Rosario should put this one away. He does. Inning ends. The Angels get one, still trail by one. You're watching Twins baseball presented by State Farm. Friday, July 7th is University of North Dakota night here at Target Field. A limited number of UND themed night ticket packages are available that include a game ticket and a green and white Twins cap. You can learn more at twinsbaseball.com/UND. Rosario, Jimenez, and Adrianza will hit in the 6th. Both starters still out there. Gibson's completed 6. Ramirez hopes to.
Well, the Twins could certainly use some more insurance runs.
outside ball one.
The Angels got to run back, and they're top half of the sixth.
One and 0. And now 2-0. Twins started the 5th inning with 4 straight hits, got a couple of runs. Driven hard to right center field. One hopping the wall. Rosario has 2, and he will hold up there. A line drive that landed about 400 feet from home plate for a double.
Dick, you were talking about Rosario and how odd the numbers are for him this year. Here's another extra base hit, but nobody on base.
Right.
He's starting off the inning and getting himself in scoring position with his leadoff double.
He'll be the last man that Ramirez faces as the Twins hope to get at least one back in their half of the 6th. So Ramirez checks out, and the rest of this game will be pitched by the Angel bullpen. Chris Jimenez will be up next.
Have a new pitcher. It's right-handed Blake Parker coming in the game to replace J.C. Ramirez. And you see that on one day a year where it's so festive. Everybody's here to celebrate baseball on Independence Day. And the Twins hope to hold on to this lead and let the fireworks begin later. Here's Blake Parker. You see his numbers for the year. His 41st game. Very good ERA.
That's the main reason I think why the Angels have been relevant and have been around 500. They've withstood the loss of Mike Trout because their bullpen has kept them in a lot of games.
Well, 52 strikeouts, only 9 walks, so good strikeout to walk ratio.
Well, Jimenez here with the corner infielders playing in, anticipating a possible bunt. Jimenez has a single and a walk already. Squaring and taking a fastball for a strike. Oh, and 1 to Jimenez. Trying to set things up for Adrianza, who already has one sacrifice fly. There's a bunt and a beautiful. And Jimenez has had a very productive day at the plate, making the third baseman play the ball, opening up third base for Rosario, a sacrifice. On this Independence Day, USAA honors those who have served, and all of our service members at home and abroad. Yeah. Most of my family is in London, and to no one's surprise, they don't observe Independence Day over there because they were the ones we declared our independence from. So it's just another day for them. Infield in now for Adrianza. Sacrifice fly in the second. He went down swinging in the fourth. Just missing the outside corner, ball one.
Pitchers are a different breed, but Parker here, very unique set position. He's got all sorts of moves just to get comfortable in order to deliver the ball towards home.
Over the inside corner.
Let's watch him here. He looks in for the sign, and that's nothing unusual. He's got the split finger kind of prepared just in case he's going to throw it.
Parker's given up just one earned run in his last 23 1/3 innings. The Angel bullpen as a whole allowing just 22% of inherited runners to score.
Pump one, pump two, pump three, set, wiggle, flip the glove, take a deep breath. Okay, I'm ready.
Squeeze play, a safety squeeze, and Adrianza popped it out of play. Twins trying to get an insurance run back with a couple of bunts, but that one didn't work.
Yeah, a safety squeeze is when the runner does not go until contact is made. He sees the ball on the ground. So even though Rosario is kind of creeping down the line, a straight squeeze is where that runner is breaking as soon as the pitcher decides to go home. Those are the differences, and sometimes that runner can be left out hanging there.
And it seems as if bunting skills have decayed, the straight squeeze you hardly ever see
it anymore. But you know, Paul, that's a play right there that'll work.
That should be deep enough to score Rosario. And Adrianza, who fails with the bunt, delivers the fly ball.
Same result.
Station to station baseball. When it works, it's fun to watch. Leadoff double, and the Twins got him home and got the run back that the Angels got on the Calhoun home run.
Well, in a way they call it small ball, but it's manufacturing the run. You get a leadoff double from Eddie Rosario, and then two guys help to produce that run. A sac bunt by Jimenez, and then the sac fly and RBI for Adrianza.
Here's Buxton. Singled, stole a base, scored a run his last time up. Taken low, ball one.
So all 4 runs will be charged to the starting pitcher, J.C. Ramirez. Pitches 5 innings, a 7-hit ball, a couple walks, 4 strikeouts.
A blast to left.
You got it.
Deep and gone. A home run for Buxton. Number 5. And for Parker, just the second home run allowed in 37 innings.
Good for Byron. He's having a good day at the plate. See the ball middle half in, and Byron, short quick swing there, barrels it up nicely. Guy's got some pop. When he gets that bat head out in front of the plate, the ball really jumps off his bat.
You know, I was going to mention that, you know, it has to be positive reinforcement for him. When he hit the home runs, 9 of them last September, it was with the leg kick. But of course, the leg kick really is just a timing mechanism for a hitter. Buxton is extraordinarily strong, and to be able to hit one out with no stride at all gives you some idea how strong he is. And if he can hit it out without any stride, It should be a little bit easier for him to keep with the plan.
Well, that's just it. It gives him confidence that the plan is working. And that's a good point. Robbie Grossman picks up his second hit. So with 2 outs, the Twins got something cooking again.
Grossman, who of course had some at bats taken away from him when Vargas was added to the roster, because you know Kenny's a DH type of guy, and now with Vargas gone, Grossman will get more playing time, and maybe that'll be enough to get his bat going again. Here's Mauer. A strike. Lead was shrunk back to 1, and now it's grown to 3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
And even though Kyle Gibson's pitch count's closing in on 100 pitches, I think he'll be going out there try to protect this lead in the 7th.
Slow bouncer to second, and Mauer is retired. But the Twins get a leadoff double from Rosario, bring him around. Buxton goes deep, and it's a 5-2 lead for the Twins. Day started this ball game by making a great catch. Buxton's got a couple of hits. He scored a couple of runs. He's hit a home run. When's Arbor Day? The Twins in the front now, 5-2, and we go to the 7th inning. Andrelton Simmons will lead things off. Gibson trying to do what Mejia did last night, that is give the Twins 7 good innings.
Yeah, there's a difference between getting into the 7th inning and finishing the 7th inning.
Strike one.
A couple quick outs here would really help Kyle Gibson and the whole Twins, but especially Kyle mentally to finish 7.
Give you some idea how frustrating and poor the season has been for Gibson, and he'd tell you this too. He hasn't gotten one out in a 7th inning yet this year. He's gone 6 a number of times, but he has failed to get one out in a 7th inning, and that's not Kyle Gibson.
Well, he's one pitch away from doing that. He's getting ahead again. He's done a great job of that. 15 out of 23 before this plate appearance.
0-2 to Simmons, then Franklin and Revere. One and two. And the Indians were idle last night, so the Twins started today 2.5 games behind Cleveland. There's Taylor Rogers getting loose. And the Indians will host the Padres tonight. Just got word that Terry Francona is not going to manage the team tonight. Here's a deep foul fly down the line.
Francona is going to go, or is at right now, the Cleveland Clinic for more tests. And they say that he very likely won't manage tomorrow either. They're trying to figure out why he has had the reactions that he's had. If you are a peripheral baseball fan or you're intimately involved in the game, you're very hopeful and prayerful for Terry Francona. He might be the most popular, one of the most popular people in the game. 1-2. And a foul tip. Jimenez hangs on, one away.
Well, there's his first out in the 7th inning and a good start to the inning. Recording a strikeout there.
And the Grand Casino story of the game with the Twins leading by 3.
Valbuena drives in the first run. Grossman doubles down the line. That drives in Buxton. Mauer with a base hit to level. That scores Grossman. And then Calhoun, a long fly ball, home run. Cal Gibson cruising along here. It's been quite a game. Twins have kept the lead here and added on in the 6th inning to help support Cal Gibson now in the 7th.
Franklin 0 for 2. Tapper to second. Easy play for Escobar. 2 down. Partial season ticket packages are now available in the Delta Sky 360 Club and Catch. You can become a Twins season ticket holder today and become part of the Sweet Spot program. Learn more at twinsbaseball.com or by calling 800-33-TWINS. 2 down, and now Ben Revere. Gibson will have one more start at the end of the Baltimore series before the All-Star break. Revere takes low. Starting tomorrow, I suppose if someone were in the situation Gibson finds himself, there might be a little more pitch count latitude since there won't be another start for Santana, although he's going to the All-Star game. Inside 2-0.
Well, 100th pitch coming up, but I think, Paul, we're going to give him this at bat anyway, and love to see him get through this inning. Taylor Rogers on this warm day, I'm sure, is ready to go out of the bullpen, but he's given him a chance to get the left-hander out here. So just finish it off, Gibby. You've had a great outing. You see the pitches by inning, the high mark there in the 6th inning where he gave up the home run. But damage control pretty darn good for Kyle today.
Yeah, 2nd inning started with back-to-back hits, and we've seen it a number of times this year where things kind of snowballed on Kyle, and instead of 1 run there were 3 or 4 on the board. 3-1 to Revere, who drew a walk his last time up, the only walk issued by Gibson so far. And he took another walk. In the 5th, it was a 1-out walk, now a 2-out walk, and Gratterall will be pinch hit for. He's being called back to the dugout. And Eric Young Jr. will hit instead. Gratterall had struck out twice. Young was called up immediately after Mike Trout got hurt, and Young has done a nice job hitting .275 overall, over .300 as a left-handed batter with some pop. 3 doubles, 3 home runs. His 3rd pinch hitting appearance.
And because of the hitting substitution, the left-handed hitter, Paul's going to go get Kyle Gibson, and he deserves a nice round of applause. Taylor Rogers, left-hander, will be coming in, but good effort there by Kyle today. He gave his team a chance, kept them in the ball game, and fans on their feet going to show their appreciation.
6 2/3, his deepest and best start of the year.
The All-Star break, the Twins would love to get consistently good starts, and they've gotten 2 of them already in this homestand.
Well, a season high in innings pitched for Kyle. He did a really nice job. Ends up with 4 strikeouts, couple walks, both coming to the number 8 hitter Ben Revere. But Kyle does a good job of helping himself, covering first base there. I think he did a good job of damage control. Season high 102 pitches for him. And I know he's coming off the mound a little frustrated because he comes off after walking a guy, and Paul Molitor going to his reliable left-hander in the bullpen, Taylor Rogers.
And so Rogers comes in, and he's been very, very good. Martin Maldonado will hit instead of Young with the pitching change. You look at those numbers, and
18 holds.
Rogers has been a very trusted member of the bullpen, trying to get the 3rd out here in the 7th. Asked Taylor today whether he's an All-Star game watcher, and he says, well, it depends on when the AAA All-Star game is, because his twin brother Tyler is pitching in the AAA All-Star game in Tacoma, and that game is on Wednesday. So he said, yeah, I'll probably watch the Major League All-Star game, but I really want to watch the AAA All-Star game. 1 strike. Fouled back, 2 strikes.
Well, he's very, very close to his twin brother, and he should be. They have a great story, growing up and really helping each other, pushing each other, very mentally and physically, have been really close. So still pulling for his brother to make it to the big leagues.
The way the Giants season is going, I would think there's a pretty good chance of that. 2 strikes to Maldonado. Runner goes, swung on and missed, and Rogers makes quick work of the Angels in the 7th inning. Great job by Rogers. He might be asked to pitch through the 8th inning. And Paul Molitor's pitching change pays off immediately. It's still 5-2. Especially on this day, we're very happy to be bringing you God Bless America.
At Target Field, we ask that you please rise and welcome singers from the Minnesota Chorale as they sing God Bless America.
wins against the Angels. Our T-Mobile Unlimited Baseball break. Daniel Murphy with 3 hits, 3 singles, a double, and 5 RBIs. Chris Archer with his first career hit. And the Rays are beating the Cubs. Victor Martinez with his 6th home run. Detroit rather, beating San Francisco. That's the Unlimited Baseball break, brought to you by T-Mobile. Miguel Sano will lead off the bottom of the 7th inning.
And new Angel pitcher is Keenan Middleton.
Sano takes inside, ball 1.
Martin Maldonado doing the catching now after Eric Young pinched hit.
1-0 to Sano. Big swing and a miss. A high fly to left. And the shortstop, Simmons, showing tremendous range, making the catch. That was even beyond where the ball boy's at. 1 down.
Now Ben Revere in left field, and yeah, that's closer to the left fielder than the shortstop, but Ben maybe didn't pick it up right away. And of course, the shortstop did, kept his eyes on the ball and went after it.
There's Kepler, a hit in 3 at bats. Bounced into a double play his last time up. Outside, ball 1. One other note, I mentioned that Terry Francona is undergoing some tests. Chris Antonetti, the Cleveland general manager, said they don't foresee that there'll be any issues keeping Francona from managing the American League squad in the All-Star game. Fouled away. 1-1.
Well, as hopefully all the baseball fans know, the 2 managers that were in the World Series get to manage their respective leagues in the All-Star game the following year. So it'll be Joe Madden for the National League and Terry Francona for the American League.
Two and 1. Twins out hitting the Angels 9-5.
And as long as we're talking about Terry Francona and managing the All-Star game, I asked my former manager Sparky Anderson, who managed in All-Star games. I've asked Tony La Russa about managing in an All-Star game, and they both say it's stressful because they want to make sure everybody stays healthy, number one. They don't want to put anybody's team in jeopardy by overexposing pitchers or, you know, playing guys that might have a lagging injury. And they're trying to make all the fans happy and try to get everybody in the game. So sometimes managing in an All-Star game sounds real glamorous and an honor, but in all reality, it's a pretty high-stress job.
Tom Kelly would tell you the same thing. Of course, he did the All-Star game in Cincinnati in '88 and in San Diego in 1992. Full count, and Kepler takes ball 4, a 1-out walk. It's the can't-miss event of the summer. It hits South Beach. Baseball's biggest stars take the field for the MLB All-Star game next Tuesday, only on Fox. I thought that John Farrell handled everything you just said, about as well as he could when he managed here at Target Field. He had the 2 Twins representatives as the battery to close out the game. Glenn Perkins was saved for the 9th inning, and Kurt Suzuki was his catcher. That all depended on the American League having the lead and winning the ball game, but Mike Trout took care of that. So that all worked out very well for Twins fans. 1-0. Escobar has had an interesting day on coils and foul tips.
Middleton, another one of the bullpen guys for the Angels that has a very live arm. Seen him touch 98 with a fastball.
A little over 25,000 that paid attendance today. And a chopper foul. Talking about managers and how well John Farrell did here, and the fans who are old enough to remember can recall the weird managerial situation for the '65 All-Star game. Now, did you go to that at Met Stadium?
Did not, no.
Well, Yogi Berra was the manager for the Yankees in 1964, and they lost the World Series to the Cardinals. And this was in the pre-Steinbrenner days. The Yankees fired Yogi Berra, who would have been the manager of the American League, and they hired Johnny Keane, who was the manager of the Cardinals, who won the World Series. All lifted to left, and Revere will have another chance. And he makes the catch, and Kepler bluffs the tag, 2 down. So Johnny Keane, who managed the world champion Cardinals the next year, was managing the Yankees. And so you couldn't really have, you know, which team would Johnny Keane manage? The end result was Gene Mauch, who was manager of the second place team in 1964, the Phillies, who of course had their collapse at the end. He managed the National League team at Metropolitan Stadium.
Well, I don't think there will be a more unique All-Star game than the one that ends in a tie.
No. And I was at that one. I took the family to that one. $175 a ticket, and there was no outcome.
Well, there was an outcome. A lot of
no victor.
Yeah, a lot of changes in baseball because of it.
1 strike to Rosario. Foul back, 2 strikes. Rosario started the 2-run uprising in the 6th with a leadoff double. Hit a rocket against the fence in right center field. Valbuena tries a hit ball trick, and Kepler doesn't fall for it. You ever see that work?
Yes. Yes. Darrell Evans, my first baseman for a few years in Detroit, pulled it off one time. I wasn't pitching, so it didn't really benefit me, but I was still happy that an old guy like him could trick somebody.
Kepler goes, and the pitch lifted to center, and Maben tracking it, and he makes the catch to end the inning. You're watching Twins Baseball, presented by State Farm.
Studio Sports Update. On this date in Twins history, July 4th, 1961, Julio Becerra became the first Twins player to hit a pinch hit walk-off grand slam homer. Independence Day slam came off of Warren Hacker of the White Sox on a 3-2 count with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth, and it led to a 6-4 win, the first 4th of July fireworks in Twins history.
Very nice. Julio Becerra, one of the more popular coaches we have at the Twins fantasy camp. 5-2, Twins leading, and we go to the top of the 8th inning, and Cameron Maybin facing Taylor Rogers. I asked Taylor the other day whether there's anything he's doing differently against right-handers, and he said no, but the results have been markedly better. So whether it's just a question of getting ahead, pitching more aggressively, maybe with a little more confidence, the results have been much better than they were last year. 1-0, and now a strike. Fouled away. Rogers doing just fine against lefties. They're hitting .237 against them, but right-handers are hitting only .227 coming into the game.
I remember one time I had a pitching coach in Detroit, and he brought up to my attention that I was struggling against left-handers for a while, and I didn't think a whole lot of it. I took his advice, you know. He said, you got to make better pitches, blah blah blah, location. I went back and I looked at the left-handers that I had had to face. 4 of them are in the Hall of Fame right now.
Toward the hole, backhanded by Adrianza, and he had to double clutch a little bit, and that allowed Maybin to reach. Nice backhanded play, but it looked like Adrianza couldn't get a grip on the ball.
Yeah, you've got to get rid of this one quickly if you can, and he just I don't know if it was footing or what it was, but he double pumps there, and that's all it takes. Maybin runs down the line very fast, and he beats it out. It's going to be a hit, of course, infield hit.
So man aboard, and now Calhoun, and we'll see if Rogers can get this guy out. Those Twins pitchers have done a poor job of that. Chopper headed down into the seats. There he sits. Hasn't done a thing all day.
Getting sunburned.
Those of you watching at home, have spent more calories than he has. I don't know if you've consumed as many, but he hasn't lifted a finger.
He's prepared, though. He's like a cobra, right? Waiting to
yeah, that's
waiting to
him,
get out of the box.
A cobra outside. Calhoun's 2 for 2 with a home run against Rogers in their prior meetings. This is a game where the Twins, even when they were behind 1-0, you just felt like they were in control. The last thing that Rogers wants to do is to let anything snowball here. 1-2.
Well, we'll see if Rogers has something to put Calhoun away with. This guy has had a very good series so far. A pair of hits in the first game, a couple of hits again today, a home run.
His breaking ball's been effective against both righties and lefties. Fastball at 94. One and 2 to Cole Calhoun.
Wonder if he pulled the string down and away with a breaking ball, just a slow curve down and away, if maybe Calhoun would go after it.
Runner goes, and the pitch fouled back.
Hung it.
Maybin got a good break as well.
A lot of managers not willing to take the chance of trading it out for the opportunity to put a runner in scoring position, but Mike Scioscia has always been aggressive in that regard, and he's got a guy that runs well in Cameron Maybin at first base. Leadoff man on.
1-2 again to Calhoun. And they
Got
have him picked off. Out. And first base coach Alfredo Griffin thought there might have been a balk there. Maybin takes off and is picked off, one down.
Well, it just takes the momentum right out of the sails. Quite honestly, Taylor Rogers gives the look home and then goes to first. There's nothing illegal about that move. Joe Mauer takes his time but makes an accurate throw, and then the tag, geez, that came pretty darn close.
They're going to take a look at it. They think that perhaps Maybin got in under the tag.
Well, there's a chance. I don't know. I thought it was a lot more definitive that it wasn't out until I saw the replay there. So
again, there's nothing to lose at this point. Take a shot, maybe you can get the call turned around and maintain the threat here this inning.
Joe Mauer took his time throwing the ball to Adrianza here. You see it throws up a little bit high.
Oh,
I think he's still got him on the thigh there, or the calf, before the foot hit the bag from that angle. Let's see from this angle. Boy, he looks safe there.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be enough to turn her over. The Angels challenge. Out. Call stands, and that's a big first out in the 8th inning.
1-3-6.
So one down, and now Calhoun up with the bases empty. He's still got a 1-2 count. See if Rogers can get him out. Another breaking ball, and up a little bit. He was able to send it to the backstop.
Taylor's throwing a couple pitches here in this count, up and in. He needs to bury one down and away, try to lock him up, or even have the slider start middle of the plate and break off the plate away. There it is.
Breaking ball got him, 2 down. And that means Pujols will hit with the bases empty. Fox Tracks presented by Carrier.
Here's a sequence of pitches. First pitch breaking ball, then a fastball up and away, a couple balls in, and he finally gets him to chase with the breaking ball down.
Pujols takes outside, ball 1. Pujols on the day, 2 ground balls and a fly ball to right. In the dirt, 2-0. Escobar on deck. Odd that Pujols would be hitting so poorly against lefties. He takes a strike 3 and 1. Deep to right, twisting foul and out of play. Full count to Pujols with 2 gone. Popped up.
Uh-oh.
Now, now that'd be something. That'd be good for Danny. Pujols, future Hall of Famer. Get one to him, right?
Sure.
See, now if that were me, I'd be conflicted. Your job is to hand it to a fan.
Oh, he'd keep that one.
But
he'd
if
have Albert
Pujols
sign
hit it to you, are you kidding me? I'd hang on to it. Of course, he's got to have his glove on his hand. There you go. Hey, there we go. Come on.
Just didn't even flinch. Of course.
Well, now you had him in left field. That was kind of typical, wasn't it?
I used to tell him, I said, you know, it's okay to get the ball before it stops.
Oh, he got up. Wow. Full count again to Pujols.
Always an explanation, I can promise you that.
Blasted to the bullpen. And I mean to the bullpen. Into the upper deck above the bullpen. 603rd home run. And instead of the ball boy getting the ball, a fan in the upper deck got it. The pickoff really looms large now. It's just a solo home run in a 5-3 game.
That was one of the long ones here at Target Field.
That sound. Impressive. 5-3. And now Escobar to right field, and now the Angels will get the tying run to the plate. Escobar lining a single to right, and that'll bring up Valbuena. The Pujols home run drawing the Angels closer, of course, but now Valbuena will come up as a left-handed batter against Rogers, in position to tie the game up.
456-foot home run is what Foxtrot's had it. Or StatCast, I should say.
Valbuena homered last night. He has an RBI double in 3 trips today. Rogers got the last out of the 7th, but he's given up 3 hits to the 4 batters he's faced here in the 8th.
Taylor.
Off the plate, ball 1. The home run by Pujols, just the 3rd allowed by Rogers, and 31 and a 3rd innings.
Well, the Twins got Brandon Kinsler up and throwing now, and he might be asked to have more than 3-out save.
Over for a strike, 1-1. I would guess this is Rogers' last man here, because right-hand hitting Andrelton Simmons is on deck. One and one. Chopped toward first. Mauer gathers it in. He'll take care of it himself. And Rogers gives up the home run to Pujols, but all that really matters is the Twins still lead by 2. Lucky fan getting a souvenir from Albert.
Bottom of the 8th inning here at Target Field, and coming up after the final out, we'll bring you our 4th of July edition of Twins Live presented by CenturyLink. And today we'll look at Byron Buxton and his contributions on offense and defense. He made a great play where he bounced up against the center field fence on the first hitter of the game. He also hit a home run today at the plate. Kyle Gibson gave the Twins a strong outing today with 6 2/3 innings. We will hear from the manager as well as always today I should say, on Twins Live. Dick and Jack.
All right, Twins trying to get the run back that the Angels scored. Jimenez bends away from a breaking ball and takes strike one.
Yeah, this game in a lot of ways like yesterday's game. Mike Moore, the new right-handed pitcher, no left-handers in the bullpen at all for the Angels.
Warren added to the roster. Alex Meyer was optioned to AAA. Comes one near the broadcast booth. Below. Meyer was optioned to AAA for the Angels because they don't need a fifth starter until after the All-Star break. So they want to keep him on his routine, and we'll bring him back when necessary after the All-Star break. 2 strikes to Jimenez. Jimenez, a productive day. Dropped a single into right field that set up Adrianza for his first sacrifice fly. Then he walked in the 4th, and then he put down a sacrifice bunt in the 6th, and that set up Adrianza for his second sacrifice fly in the game. And this one will spin back into the seats. Bottom third of the Twins lineup: Jimenez, Adrianza, and Buxton. Tigers beat the Giants 5-3. We showed you that Victor Martinez hit a home run in that game. Slow breaking ball off the end of the bat, foul.
Ball boy on the right field side has some action.
Yeah. And on the other side, nothing. There he sits. Last time I've seen someone sit that long without moving, it was me ice fishing last winter. One and two.
Do you know that ice fishing, you need to find the fish? You need to move to the fish. So if you sat that long.
I don't do that well. Here's a high fly to right. Coming in is Calhoun. And Calhoun makes the catch with Franklin in the vicinity.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent of the Minnesota Twins.
One down in the 8th, and now Adrianza. A strikeout and 2 sacrifice flies. Strike one. And that one slipped out of his hands. 1-1. White Sox tied with Oakland in the 4th. Seattle will host Kansas City. Interesting pitching matchup there. Felix Hernandez for Seattle. Danny Duffy, just off the disabled list, will start for the Royals. Up the middle, and Adrianza gets a base hit. Right off the end of the bat.
Well, good patience there. He had to wait for that slow breaking ball to come in. Change up maybe. I don't know where exactly or what exactly it was. We'll have a better look here. Looks like it was a curveball away, but shoots it right back up the middle. So Adrianza picks up a couple RBIs on sac flies and now gets his first hit of the game.
Buxton with a strikeout, solid single to left, stolen base, and a run scored in the 5th. Then he clobbered a home run, his 5th of the year, in the 6th. And the catcher Maldonado calls time. Play with Brianza scampering back. Buxton pops it foul into the seats. At the start of the year, Buxton was hitting third in the Twins lineup and struggled mightily throughout the month of April, and now he's been hitting 8th or 9th, I think 7th once a few games ago. Still believe, Jack, that this team can stay in contention, and for them to do that, Buxton is such a key man for them down the road beyond this year into the future years.
Well, they're being patient with him because they know of what that potential might bring. There's
3 hits tonight. A solid single to left. And the Twins have a threat here, first and second, one down. And it's just a matter of confidence.
The thing with Buxton that separates him, though, is you get such quality defense that it's almost easy to say, okay, at some point it'll click for you. We're willing to wait. Just make sure you continue to play that defense. And he has. Every day he prevents runs, it seems like.
Grossman, the batter, first and second. Grossman with a couple of hits today. Twins have 11 hits. Buxton, the top hit getter, with 3, but Grossman has hits his last 2 times up. Squaring to bunt, deadening it, and they will get the out at first. Don't get a sacrifice. He was trying to bunt for a base hit, I think, but he just rolled it in the dirt. And both runners move up now for Mauer, but first base is open. Sano lined up behind him.
Escobar did not really react towards third base at all. And he's kind of having a conversation with his catcher. You see Grossman just dive, the ball dies. Maldonado, first reaction, he wants to go to third base. Nobody there. So he has to adjust and go to first base.
Again, not a sacrifice because there was already one out, but a productive out. At least that's what the Twins hope. Mauer at the plate, 1 for 3 with a walk. His single in the 5th, driving in a run. Ball 1. Outside. The ball game last night, it was kind of the same story. Twins had a 2-run lead, but they added 2 in the bottom of the 8th. And so bullpen wise, we've got the same situation here with Kinsler warming up if it's the same situation. But if Mauer drives in 2 or Sano hits a home run in the next at bat, we might see Buddy Boshiers.
Well, last night after Kinsler got warmed up, they brought him in anyway. So we'll see how it all unfolds.
There's a strike, 2-1.
Either case, the Twins could use a couple more runs.
And if you're Mauer, you're in an enviable spot because maybe for the first time in his career, they want to pitch to Joe. They don't want to pitch to the next guy. And an off-speed pitch taken for a strike, 2-2.
Straight change here in the last pitch. Joe thought it was up, but catches the upper part of the strike zone there.
Floated outside again. Now it's 3-2. I say they want to pitch to Joe, but they're hardly challenging him with fastballs. I don't think you want to face Sano with the bases loaded, do you?
Pick your poison, I guess. You got a great contact hitter here that doesn't mind hitting deep into counts.
Roll to the right side. The Twins threaten but do not score. It'll be a 2-run lead for Brandon Kintzler as we head to the ninth. With a nice play defensively, but his major contribution, a couple of sacrifice flies.
Sac flies for him. There's Lanny, one of the trainers.
And Byron Buxton with a big 3-hit game, including a home run. And Brandon Kintzler will come in to try to pick up the save. Finished the ball game last night when the Twins had a 4-run lead. Now it's a 2-run lead. And Simmons, Franklin, and Revere will hit here in the ninth. 2 bench players left for the Angels, Danny Espinosa and Cliff Pennington.
Kintzler came in and gave up 1 hit in 1 inning of work last night. So he'll be asked to pitch the ninth here again today. Back-to-back games, less than 24 hours for Brandon.
Simmons didn't face Kintzler last night. And a first pitch strike. Franklin, the next hitter, did. He pinch hit and hit a ground ball to Mauer. And Revere got a base hit against Kintzler in the ninth last night. 1 strike. Strike 2. A good take, 1 and 2. Twins trying to go 5-1 against the Angels this year with 1 game left to play tomorrow night. Base hit to center. Simmons fell behind and lined a single to center. MLB.TV Premium is back better than ever. You can watch every out-of-market regular season game live on over 400 supported devices. Plus, get a free subscription to @Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout, other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. So Simmons is aboard, and now Franklin represents the tying run.
I attribute that base hit from Simmons because Kinsler did not throw one pitch middle half of the plate or in. Everything was away, and he finally went out and got one.
Franklin faced Kinsler last night, hit a 2-hopper to Mauer. Single runs for the Angels in innings 2, 6, and 8. And now a leadoff single in the 9th. Two and 0. On the outside corner, 2 and 1. Because of the movement on Kinsler's pitches, he gets ground balls, and so even after a leadoff single, he's quite capable of getting a double play grounder.
Yeah, he's got good tail to his fastball. It moves usually not just vertically but laterally too. He has a tough time throwing it straight, which is good for him.
94 upstairs and a big swing and a miss. Franklin tried to tie the game up.
That's the exception. Every once in a while he'll change eye levels and run it up there, and he can throw that 4-seamer pretty straight.
Two and 2 to Nick Franklin. Now 3 and 2 with Revere on deck.
Went right back up there, but this time Franklin doesn't swing out of the zone like the previous pitch.
Foul back. Full count to Franklin. New to the Angels. Pinch hitting specialist in the National League. Runner goes. Ball 4. So Franklin takes a walk, and the Angels get the first 2 runners on. And Revere will come to the plate, and he might be asked to bunt. Kinsler usually didn't walk too many guys, but now the walk right after the base hit. And they're making some noise here.
Well, the go-ahead run now comes to the plate. Ben Revere.
And Mauer playing in the corners, thinking Revere may drop one down here to get the tying run to second. And outside, ball 1. Revere taking a close pitch for a ball. And it was outside.
Yeah, just tailed away.
Through the on deck circle into the Angel dugout. 1 and 1. And Revere now will talk with Ron Renicky. Twins outfield can afford to play shallow. Revere, of course, doesn't have much pop.
I got to believe that conversation was about maybe a fake bunt and then swing. If he feels like he can do that, try to draw him in and then go ahead and take a hack at it. See if that is what it is.
1-1.
No, he's swinging away.
Bouncer to
Perfect.
short. And thrown off target by Adrianza, and a run will score. Adrianza scampered to the bag, and his sidearm throw was off target. It is 5-4, and a runner at first with one down.
You can almost see that happening. Instead of flipping the ball to Escobar, who was a little late to get over there, when a position player is running hard to his left and then have to throw back to his right, it's gonna, momentum is gonna take him the same way that he's running, and he throws it up the line.
Twins are lucky that ball didn't go over the wall into the crowd and put Revere, a very speedy runner, in scoring position. As it is, he's at first. He's a threat to steal, and the batter is Maldonado. Maldonado showed last night he's got some pop. The error by Adrianza, allowing Simmons to score and make it a one-run game. Got what you wanted. You got Revere to hit a ground ball, and he should have had two. Yeah. Off the plate, ball one.
Of course, there's no RBI in that play because of the error.
1-0 to Maldonado. Grounder to third. Sano to second. Relay to first. There's a double play that ends the game.
Well, executing good defense there helps Brandon Kinsler pick up the save. The Twins win their second game in a row. And on a 4th of July that was sun-soaked, Twins' new ball boy did not receive one play at third, but that's probably good too. The Twins will try to sweep this series in a game tomorrow night.
The Twins leading most of the way here, getting some extra runs late in the game that helped, and their ace Irvin Santana, their all-star ace Irvin Santana, going tomorrow against Parker Bridwell. Anthony LaPanta, the Twins have started this homestand in fine fashion with a couple of wins in less than 24 hours.
They've extended their dominance over the Angels for this season. Kinsler nails it down, his 7th consecutive successful save. Twins win at 5-4. We'll look at a do it all day from Byron Buxton. And here from Paul Molitor next on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink.